Hello and welcome back to Kelly Loves K-Pop. I'm Kelly. I do tarot readings on Korean celebrities. Today we're doing the third installment of the 17 personality readings. Today we're doing the performance unit. Yay! So if you haven't seen the other two videos, I'll have links in the description and in the cards. Everywhere I can put them, they'll be there. So if you've watched the other two videos and you're now watching the third, thank you for sticking with me. I hope you've been enjoying them. Please leave me a comment about what you think so far, or if it's the end of the video, you get to the end of this video, tell me what you thought of the entire series. I'm trying to do more big group personality readings, like all together, so they're easy to find instead of tracking down each individual member and hoping they got a request. So we're gonna do, let me get my paper again. Today is the last of them. We have Hoshi, Jin, D8, and Dino. So I have my paper with all their zodiac signs and all that fun stuff that I like to talk about, point out, debate in the comments. I love a healthy debate. As long as we're all, adults and kind and caring about each other's opinions, I'm happy to talk. The minute people just want to dismiss each other and don't care to listen to what the other person is saying, then I don't care to listen to what you're saying either. You know what I mean? You give respect and you'll get it back. I meet people with the same energy that they come to me with. So I'm a Gemini. I love to talk. But I'm also an Aries moon. So if you make me mad, you'll know. I'm bad at hiding that. Unless you're a troll, and then I'll just hide you from the channel entirely. So, all right. Enough of that stupid stuff. By law, I have to tell you that all tarot readings are for entertainment purposes only. I'm not affiliated with any idols or their companies. I just like to do these for fun, so please take them with a grain of salt. Let's see. Hoshi, our super Gemini stellium man. 17 have grown up, and it's so weird to call them men, but they're men. They are now. I'm gonna cry. They grow up so fast. I keep saying that, but it's true. Okay, so Hoshi. Hoshi was like the first member I ever learned their name, because I'm a mom baby, and his imitations of Juhan are like the best thing I've ever seen. They're hilarious. Hoshi is hilarious. I don't need the cards to tell you that. Like I said, I follow their comebacks, I know their names, but I really don't watch much 17 content, so I'm learning about their personalities as I do this. So I will be, you guys probably know way more about them than I do. So if any of these readings resonate with you, please let me know in the comments. If you see anything that seems wrong, also comment and let me know. Maybe there was something deeper in the card that I missed the first time around. So, all right, Hoshi. Hoshi, my Gemini twin friend. Tell us about you, Hoshi. Okay. Oh, wow. Vernon got this card in the same position. That always cracks me up, or not cracks me up, but that always grabs my interest when I see cards falling in the same attribute in the same position in readings. Like, I'm still trying to catch on to, like, if that gives us an extra layer of understanding. Okay. Networker in the shadow. Conveys information only for personal gain. Spreads fear and falsehood. It's weird. Networker usually is like my social media kind of person card. I feel like Hoshi, this is gonna be weird. I feel like Hoshi is the type that's gonna have a stan account and you're not gonna know it's him. Like, I feel like that falsehood, that lying, is him pretending to be a carrot. I mean, he's not pretending. He is a carrot. But pretending he's not Hoshi. Like, I think he might have more than one fake account. He probably has his privates too, but I think he has some, like, I think carrots, I don't know, do you know any information on if Hoshi has mentioned that he watches you guys on social media? Because I just get the feeling that he does. under fake accounts. So if he hasn't spoken up about that, I would be interested to know if he does soon. Because I feel like he's watching you guys. I just, that is what I'm reading. Like, I got this really mischievous energy when I read that card, that he's not being completely honest about it's him. So watch out for that. Goddess in the shadow is exploitation of the female nature and form. That's like my Playboy card. Yeah. I don't know what else to say. He's probably a bit of a Playboy. He probably is out there. I'm just gonna put it that way. I know some people are touchy about that, but yeah, I think Hoshi's popular with the ladies. I think he's a popular boy. So, advocate in the light inspires you to put into try that again. Inspires you to put compassion into action. So again, I kind of said this, I think, for Vernon as well, that this is about, like, your word is your bond. If you say you're going to do something, you do it. Your actions are just as important as your words. And not only do I think he lives by that code, but I think he judges people by that code too. Like, I think if you promise Hoshi something and you don't deliver, you don't want to disappoint him. Because the femme fatale in shadow is inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to power or money. But also, when you look at this card, you know, this is almost like luring you. Like, I really think he probably won't tell you right away that that you've upset him. Yeah, I think he's one of those, like, I'm fine, and you have to figure it out for yourself. But also, this card definitely talks about being attached to money and power. And while I think for Vernon, it was definitely more about power, you know, power plays that you can make on other people, I believe Hoshi might have to worry about overspending his money. Also, being too focused on it. So he might have a little bit of that. Again, like I said, if he likes to be out and social, he might have a problem with spending too much of his money. I'm just gonna put that out there. All right, so we have student in the shadow. Arrogance in the pursuit of destructive knowledge and willingness to translate knowledge into action. So I feel like this is a little bit of a know-it-all. I do think he needs to be careful about believing his own hype. Sometimes, like I said, you're not going to learn and grow anymore as an artist if you think you kind of have mastered your craft. And sometimes when you're one of the most popular artists out there, you don't think there's much left for you to really learn or do, right? Like, you're at the top, that means you're the best, right? So I just think he needs to be a little careful. Like I said, and these are current aspects of people's personality. We all learn, grow, change as life goes on. So he's going to do that too. So, you know, hopefully it's just a phase. So we have mediator in the light. Gifts for negotiating fairness and strategy in personal and professional life. Respect for both sides of an argument. Again, this is also a very Gemini thing, where he's good at trying to put himself in other people's shoes. Like I said, I don't think he writes people off quickly or easily. I mean, like I said, if you say you're going to do something, he does expect you to do something, and he will be greatly disappointed because that's a lie. You know, like you just, in his opinion, you probably just lied to him. But if two people are trying to settle a dispute, he is probably really good at being like the objective point of view because he'll put himself in both people's shoes. So that's a really good quality. Like I said, I think he's generally a stand-up person. He just has to be a little careful of his ego. You know, getting a little too big for his britches. He might just have to be careful about that. But otherwise, you know, he's a fun guy. I think he's got a mischievous side, you know, but he's got a little bit growing up to do too, as a lot of these guys do, as most guys their age do. So let's go ahead and go on to the next one. The next one is Jun. So again, Jun. I am really curious to look back on my old reading now and see any similarities. That's the great thing. Once we start having repeating readings, we can see them grow and change. Ooh, my hands are getting tired from shuffling these cards. These are big cards to shuffle, and doing this many readings back to back is a lot for my hands. Not to complain. Make sure still, oh. Okay, I hope I didn't lose anything here. Saw my phone trying to update. Okay. So we have Avenger in the Shadow, which is resorting to violence in the name of a cause. I've seen a few of these guys have this card now, and mostly I think it's about having kind of being very physical. I know like it kind of is more about like having a social cause, but I honestly can't see any of these guys going out and actually getting in a public brawl. I mean, maybe if it came down to actually having a protest, something like that, the guys that get this card would go out and actually like stand with the people out in public. But in general, I feel like this is more just having an aggressive personality when it comes to how you treat the people that you care about. And I know it's kind of a unique way to read that card, but that's really what it comes through with for me. We have the orphan child, which is feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. So I don't know if he's one of the members that is from another country. I think Joshua is, right? Or at least spent some time in America, but I don't know if Jun is from a different country. But he could feel kind of alone. I don't know if maybe his family is far away, if he doesn't get to see them as much. So I think to him, the members are a lot more important, as almost like an emotional crutch. Like he probably needs them around or someone around so he doesn't feel so, alone. I think he can get lonely really easily. And we have Teacher in the Light, which is the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. So he teaches others pretty easily. He may be one of those members that, well, I feel like all the guys have like the ability, but he may be one of those that's more generous with his time to help, if anybody needs help with choreography or help getting their lines down. He may be the friend that, you rehearse with the most. He might just be really good at noticing when other members need a little bit extra help or need a little bit more like mentorship, explanation with things. So then we have the monk nun, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. I also just think in general, he's probably a super kind of committed, like if he commits to something he cares about, he will dedicate a lot of his time to it. In a disciplined way. I feel like not so much like Vernon's like, I love it, I'm going to give every waking moment to it. He's just like, no, but I will make time to do this said thing on like a regimented schedule. Just like you would go to church regularly. I feel like if he loves things, he's good about organizing his schedule and keeping those things in a routine. Like he's good about keeping his own routine. And then we have Seeker in the Light, which is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. Again, we've seen this before, where it's like, not only are they into, exploring and learning from new places and new people, but also like knowing that the friends and people he depends on are always honest with him. So honesty is probably a really big deal for him. The honesty, trust. Again, because he can feel so lonely and so far away, because he can feel so lonely when people are far away, I think he definitely needs to feel like he can count on them, right? So then we have the Visionary in Shadow, which is selling insights to the highest bidder, compromising your vision to make it more acceptable. This is kind of to me about watering down yourself to help other people. Again, if he's in this teacher mindset, if he's too scared to be alone, he may sacrifice himself a little bit to help lift up other people. He may be like, we've seen like the Destroyer card in the reverse where it's like cutthroat. If I'm good at this, I'm gonna be the best at this, and I don't care who I have to fight to get there. This is more like, I don't want to make people feel bad if I'm better than them at something, so I'm just gonna I'm gonna sandbag a little bit, I'm gonna hold back a little bit, or I'm not gonna show people like all of myself because I'm scared they're gonna be intimidated. Like I feel like he's kind of like that. Not necessarily about selling his insights, but like compromising himself to be more palatable to other people. And again, this may be because he feels scared to lose people around him. So there's some of that. And he may like adjust his personality to benefit or to match whoever he's around. So that could be a part of like how he kind of waters himself down a little bit just to be palatable. And I mean, sometimes being very conscious and aware of the people you're around is a good thing. But he might just tend to do it too much. Let's see. Oh, it's funny. He's a Gemini moon, he's a Gemini sun, Aries moon, just like me. So that's interesting. That is interesting. Geminis are adaptable, but I feel like he might be trying to be too adaptable. So we have the 8. I know a lot of people are probably really interested in that one. I see a lot of buzz about him on the Twitter. So let's see about the 8. What do the cards have to say about the 8? Okay. That card I feel like that card tried to fly out before too. So fine, guide. You're out. Okay. So we have the guide in the light attribute. Represents the nature of the divine life in and of yourself. And again, I get this card as people who kind of just lead by example. they're not too bossy or vocal about their expectations or who they are to people. Like, they just do it. They hope people see what they're doing, and they figure out that that's how it should be, without being too loud about it. Let's see. The orphan child, again, in the shadow, is feelings of abandonment. Did he just get it in the same exact place? He did, didn't he, as Jin? This... Okay. Not even going to talk about that again. Feelings of abandonment that stifle maturation, seeking inappropriate surrogate families. Again, another member I think is foreign, possibly, and that they kind of feel alone, and that the family that's around him is literally who they view as their family. So I do think he has a very strong bond with the group and with the people that they work with, because I feel like he feels like that's his attachment to Korea, or their company, that they're who kind of keep, that they're his ground, his like his home base. I'm gonna say they ground him. Martyr in the shadow is addiction to self-pity. Again, we have another one who probably self-esteem isn't as high as people would think. Again, maybe there's some issues of like feeling like they don't fit in. Again, we have the angel in shadow, which is acting innocent or angelic to mislead others. Falsely claiming to be in touch with angelic guidance. Again, this is like fan service almost. Like, I think there's parts of his personality he knows he has to emphasize more so than they are naturally to appease the fans or the company or whoever. But yeah, and it probably is like acting cute. The parts where he's acting immature or cute are probably not actual parts of his personality. It's something he puts on for people. And then we have the warrior in the shadow. It is trading ethical principles for victory at any cost, indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So this is very much like believe me, being really rigid in your belief system, but also like almost not caring if you hurt people's feelings because you need to be right. This is like almost like being right at any cost. So he may not be someone you really want to get an argument with, because he won't move. He's very rigid once he says something. That's his stance. You're not going to change his mind. Like, he's a wall, when it comes to something like that. At least in the heat of the argument, because he doesn't want to appear weak, right? This is a warrior card. You don't want to appear weak to your enemy, to your opponent, right? So it's like, no matter if you're right or not, and even if he does agree with you halfway through, he's going to save face, and he's going to still not let you know that he does. He's going to keep his original stance, and it'll probably be much later when he can finally admit, but it's not going to be in the heat of battle, that's for sure. So he has a rigidity to his thinking. And then we have the dilettante in shadow, which is pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. Again, like there seems like insecurities at play here, and I just don't know if it's because he's feeling displaced or alone or cast out for some reason, or like he doesn't connect in the same way, or I don't know. But there is a bit of this self-doubt that kind of eats away at him a little bit. So yeah, I mean, like we were talking about, his cute side may be an act. And some of his also quiet side, artistic side, may be overly emphasized. Not that he doesn't appreciate art and all that stuff, but it could be a part of their personality, or given a role where that's supposed to be like the artistic one. Like that could be like what he's told to be. So again, it could be that, not that he doesn't appreciate it, but maybe he doesn't know as much about it as company or he would lead you to believe. That's just kind of what I'm getting from the cards. I don't want to say anything bad, you know, about them, but again, a lot of these guys in these groups have like roles given to them, and it could be a part of that. Is just a aspect of that. So, you know, like I said, he's probably into it, but I'm just saying that it's probably more embellished than it actually is, right? It's more exaggerated than it actually is. So at least I'm just reading the cards here, you know. Take what resonates with you, you know, comment what doesn't. I do believe he has done like super artistic kind of dance videos and things like that in the past. I'm almost positive I've seen him do like really cool dance stuff. So I think this is just throwing into question how much of it he was in charge of and how much of it was given to him. So has no question or bearing on his actual talent, because I don't think that's not able to be faked. So I just want people to know that. We have one more member. We have Dino. I hope that's how I pronounce his name. It's not Dino, right? It is Dino. I hope so. All right, Dino, Aquarius Sun, Sagittarius Moon. That is an interesting combo. That sounds like someone who really lives their life by their own rules. Aquarians by nature are pretty unique thinkers, and Sagittarians are like wanderers, like they're explorers. So an Aquarius Sun and Sagittarius Moon's an interesting combination. Like very fearless sounding. Just like a really cool person. And I mean cool like as in like rebel without a cause. Only they're Aquarian Sun, so they do have a cause, you know. I don't know. It sounds cool. All right, Dino, tell us about yourself. Don't leave me to speculate. Letting the dogs out. Okay. Sorry, the lights outside my window turned on, and that means someone's probably letting out my dogs while I finish these readings. All right, Dino is the last one. So if you made it this far, like congratulations and thank you. Let's go ahead and see what we got here. This Destroyer card is haunting me in this shadow position. All right, so we have Light attribute for dilettante, which is delights in the arts without having to be a professional, alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. So this is like person who would be in the arts for free, right? They love it that much. It would be their hobby if it wasn't their profession. That's what it's saying about Dino. Just that he loves what he does, and it's fine if he makes money, and it's fine if he don't. So I think Dino is just here like because he loves it. And I know a lot of you guys love it. I'm not trying to take anything away from them, because I don't know how many of them also fall right into this, but it's just saying for him, for sure, right? Like this is just a stronger part of his sense of self than came up for some of the others, but it doesn't mean that means the others don't feel that way. So we have Destroyer in the shadow, which is intoxication with destructive power, destroying others' dreams or potential. Again, this is like they're super cutthroat. Like, don't put them in like a challenge, because if it's every man for themselves, like Dino's going to make it him. Like by all means necessary, or any means necessary, right? When you put him in like he's got a highly competitive nature. And I think that's why this mentor card is also in the shadow, because that's inability to allow the student to move on to the role of master, imparting false information. Like, so this is like Like again, an inability to move on from student to master. This is constantly wanting to be better, right? Like I said, this is something he loves. This is his hobby. When he's not doing it professionally, he's spending his off time also studying it and wanting to be better. Like he is a what's the word? Oh my gosh. He's just ever the student. Like he's gonna be a student. He's gonna want to learn about music forever. Like he'll never feel like he's in a place to turn around and be a teacher because he's still a student forever. There's a word for it. My brain is toast. But okay, so lovers in the shadow. I keep saying lovers like it's a tarot card. Lover in the shadow is obsessive passion, harms others, self-destructive. Again, this is like a clingy friend. You know, probably calls you every day, even though you're like, nothing's happened since yesterday. I just wanted to hear your voice. Okay, you've heard it. Bye. You know, it's that friend. I feel like Dino is like kind of, he needs to hear all his friends. He needs his friends close all the time. And, you know, he's in a relationship, that person too. He's a hands-on, super clingy type of person, you know. We got father in the light. Talent for creating and supporting life, positive guiding light within a tribal unit. So again, this may be just the want to become a father, to start a family. Also could be that I don't think he has like a teacher mindset, but like, how do I say, you know what I mean, when you're friend, like you're the dad friend, you're the mom friend, right? Like you just kind of naturally take care of people. Like I said, he's like that clingy person, so he's probably like, did you eat, did you do this, you know, like he's the dad friend. Like, but also he probably can't wait to be an actual dad. Like I think he has a high anticipation of being in a familial unit like that. And then we have servant in the light. Again, the soup kitchen lady. Delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. So again, dad friend. You know, taking care of everybody, calling them and constantly checking up on them all the time. So yeah, he loves everybody. Maybe loves them a little too much. You know, might be a little suffocating at times, but it's because he really does care. Like, he's very obvious. So yeah, he's just got a big heart. Really can't fault the guy. But highly competitive. Again, finding out there's a lot of idols that are like highly competitive isn't a big shock, but yeah, there's some that is like, that's when they come alive, you know what I mean, is in a competition. And I mean, seeing so many of them pop up in 17, it's no wonder 17 is like so good. Like you watch their dance practice and like they move as one person. And that's probably because they have so many members in it that are so dedicated and so competitive with each other. You know, even though it's a playful competitiveness for them, they still fight to be better than each other. And that's a great thing for them, because it means like their competition will always be themselves and not other groups. But that's the end of my 17 personality readings. If I forgot anybody, please let me know. I wrote down everyone, so I shouldn't have missed anybody. But man, that was a wild ride. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please leave me a like. Like I said, I will link the other 2 previous videos in the description and the cards and all that good stuff. I think I did my disclaimer that readings are all for entertainment purposes only. Thank you so much for watching. Have a lovely day or night wherever you are. Take care of each other. Take care of yourselves. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.